Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. I am gonna say right off the bat, I've got a couple of things that I've gotta work on here, so there may be some weird noises and such throughout the start of the stream here, but it's for good stuff. Good stuff. Anyways, I'm going to turn it over now to Digi, the Dungeon Master, for the recap.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Last time. It all began with Krei asking a favor of Mora, who then asked the party to look after his grandma. That turned into quite the escapade, as it turned out that she was a very proficient potion brewer of poisons. And those poisons had some benefits once she actually learned or got some tips from Nim on how to cook them properly. Even if the results were still a little extreme. And she was also a little off in the head.
Oh.
However, then a mysterious courier arrived at the residence that invited her to a tea party, and the rest of the party came along with Morav, who was not about to let his grandma attend the tea party of little Miss Bouclair. Turns out that was very warranted, as she had a track record of murdering every family that she'd been adopted into until she could finally be a princess.
Oh, we can do that for Elements Art. We can give him a little princess outfit with a little tiara.
Please no.
Complete with powdered wig and makeup.
With fairy wings!
Oh. You just steal Bouclair's entire look, why don't you?
Yeah, exactly!
I guess she's not using it anymore. She don't need that.
Exactly.
Anyway, it turns out that she had the entire staff under fear of death, or the entire mansion staff under fear of death, because assassination attempts did not work. As the party found out once they... Oh my, already.
Everything is fine.
Yes. Anyway, as the party found out once they engaged her and made sure that she admitted to some choice things over the Marten phone, summoning a very, very furious shark woman, who then proceeded to dunk her like a basketball.
We already have game-breaking influence here.
I'll get to it. Anyway, party killed Bouclair, only for her true self to come out, and then the party killed that. Bram spotted something that was scuttling away, seemingly a tiny little drider that Bouclair was trying to make sure escaped, but that got turned into mad. Then the party found Bouclair's source of poison, potatoes, and burned them and the entire mansion to the ground, effectively making sure that nothing of her remained. No possible burn the fields and salt the earth, as the saying goes.
Oh no.
Thankfully, probably most of the staff got out, and hopefully that cloud of deadly poison vapor doesn't cause problems, but it's not their problem anymore. They went back to the hideout.
Everything is fine.
Everything is just fine. Then
Everything is not ideal.
Everything is Daijobu, alright. Then Bram went about investigating some things, setting some things up with Hootsifer to try to remake the body of Elena. And then, in getting his permission, or getting the permission to use Tyler Creel's lab facilities again, he got in a very interesting talk with Golkasa, where he learned that mana is not so easy a thing to master, because the 5th stage is a bit of a bottleneck, actually, where getting strength is not always a straight and narrow path.
Makes sense.
People at some point will become a little twisted and lose their way. It's just how people are.
Makes
So
sense.
once they've reached that bottleneck, if they have not finished their journey and had some personal revelation or strong, very strong conviction, if they're still wavering after they get to this point and it's not fixed, apparently they could become corrupted and transform into something bad.
Oh no.
Indeed. So, if they don't transform, they will refine and become even stronger than they were before. Also, supposedly, there's something else. Theoretically, someone who has awakened to the 3rd or 4th stage of mana can take on a pupil. And apparently something good will happen if they do that, but they can only take one.
I know what I want to do when I hit stage 3.
Do share.
And that's what Bram learned. Following this, Krei went on an adventure where he investigated the mysterious deaths of several orcs in the Boros district under a clock tower, where, upon performing an autopsy, it seems that their lungs had vanished and were replaced by unmarked pure gold coins.
Wow. Everything is fine.
Thanks to an influence and some burning desire to continue going on and on and on, he found another seeker base that was sort of being harassed by a big skeleton man. In his infinite wisdom, he decided to possess him, steal his staff, and run away as fast as possible. Then Skeleton Man found him, said, "That was a nice thing you did there. I'm looking for talent." And then Krei said, "Of course. Could you give me an hour to prepare?" And he said, "You took 2 things from me." Oh, yes, go on.
I am sending you this influence, by the way. I have no idea what he's talking about. Wostein, influences do need to go through me as well to make sure they're the appropriate level and such. But maybe you'll understand what Wostein's talking about. It's mostly to keep consistency between the groups.
Ah, yes, this thing. Give me a bit. I'll finish the recap and then I'll consider it again.
Alright. Go ahead.
Because along with the things that he took, Krei also took a platinum coin that seems to be the catalyst for the mana ability that the man had. So he asked, "Give me my things back." And he said, "I'll give you 1. And with, of course, another nonsense roll, he agreed to let him hold on to the other thing for just a little while longer. So, Krei consulted the party, made a plan, and was either going to get in with the Seekers or steal the item in front of the skeleton man. Due to rule of cool, allowing him to attune to it after he'd met with him one more time, and then was pulled away thanks to tree magic.
Joke.
Because apparently this man is very high up in the Seekers, as he showed up with Mary, who seemed very amused by the skeleton man's anger. And that's what happened last time.
Everything is awesome.
Of course.
Man, I miss a lot. How long did you guys wait for after I left?
God.
About
I heard
6
till
more
like 6
hours.
a.m.
Damn.
I mean, I think it turned out well. Did I miss anything?
No, you
Joke.
did
Карандаш,
really good.
поди, отдай мне
Thank you.
карандаш. Что ты с ним? Зачем? Why? What is so tasty? So we will try this toy.
So,
Buddy, do you like it? Oh, I
Like,
think
do you
you
keep notes on like everything that does? Like
I
everything
do.
you do? Okay.
Come on, keep it. Take it.
I also go back and rewatch the session to make sure I didn't miss things.
You like the thing?
Whoa.
That's dedication. That's awesome.
Ой, он ему
He
понравился.
I
loves
mean-
Gigi.
Откуда?
This seems like just the thing to do to make sure I'm not forgetting things.
Я ж тебе игрушку
However,
дала,
I do
вместо
have
отдай.
one thing to admit to.
Отдай его мне. Смотри, вот тебе
What is
The
that?
party does kind of dive forward.
Всё, мы поменялись.
The reason why the boot player thing was so easy in comparison to where you guys are at right now was because that is a quest that I had a while ago. Like I had that prepared since you met Morath.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
because
staff thing?
no, Bouclair, the spider.
Ooh, Claire.
Spider
Oh,
girl.
the drider. Okay.
Yes, that one. Because
Also,
You
again,
can.
everybody, I apologize for the extra noises. We're troubleshooting. Kind of ran out of time to do this offline, so yeah, we're doing it live.
So as long as they're not Discord beeps, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
because along with the party's quest lines and things you can go out and find, you can spend time with just about any NPC you meet, and they've got stuff going on. You could have asked to hang out with Morath and learned about his grandma a long time ago.
Sounds like a video game.
I mean, it is a game. So I sort of like pushed that one a little. I pushed that quest a little bit to
All right, the first two got me.
inform the party that they had other things that they could do if they were ever feeling stuff like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do going forward. I'd like to know more about X NPC.
Sounds good.
Because now that Poison Grandma has been established, if you feel your offense is a little lacking, go get poison. Coat your weapons. Coat your armor. Coat your mouth for some reason. It's a bad idea, but it could give you temporary HP if Nim helps her cook it right.
Looks my teeth. Poison tooth.
I mean, oh, what?
What?
Sorry, sometimes I'm a little bit of a troll.
I I appreciate the hustle.
I thought I was getting art update.
So, yes. Now, Kerr, would you like to show the class what your character was doing last time?
Don't worry about it.
I
Wrong
see.
answer.
I mean, it's nothing.
We should go visit Kerr's house one of these days.
Ugh.
Or Hootsifer's houses.
He's just putting the finishing touches on something. It's not a big deal.
I don't believe you.
Fucker better not must mess with my portal. Oh no.
Don't worry. Everything is fine.
I hate
Everything
to
is
interrupt us already, but we have an ad time redemption. Thank you, Oni Barak. We'll be back in about a minute.
I'll just share this map now. For the heck of it. Back at the hideout.
So we are in a pause moment right now, right? I'm
Yeah.
assuming. Okay, I'm actually gonna stream this because I have a question
Okay.
on Spanish grounds. So, when moving the map, is it literally just zooming in? That's the only way to like adjust things, or do
No,
I have
at the
to use
bottom
this
right, there
arrow?
should be a thing that you can click. And then
Yeah, this
clicking
little-
and then yes.
Okay, I can't use like arrow keys, or is there like
Uh,
another set of keys I can use?
You can click with the mouse wheel to drag around.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
That's huge. I like that feature a lot more. All right, that's cool. That's my question.
Okay.
Well, glad you're satisfied.
All right. Well, we should be good to go then.
So we have time to read that thing from most side again because it has been a hot minute.
So I'm sending you something, Digi.
Yep. Okay.
I'm just double checking real quick.
Are you okay, Kerr?
Don't worry about it.
Every time,
Don't worry. I'm just giving her his toys.
every time you say that, I can't help but be concerned.
Yes, yes. While you guys were off gallivanting, Hootie has basically buried himself in the workshop and won't come out. Other than to request materials for his use.
Yes. And materials he is being provided as he is being basically overtaken in a mad frenzy of knowledge.
Joy. Joy. Glorious creation.
I do believe Hootie is being overtaken by his Phyrexian half.
Don't worry. Everything is fine. Everything is fine.
Of course. Of course it's fine. Why would it ever not be fine?
Is that the workshop you're at the moment?
Yeah, he's basically buried in there right now.
Element is gonna go. It's gonna go towards the door and knock on it.
Well, actually,
Hmm?
how long would it take to build something like this? This is extensive.
I can build things in very short time because I'm an artificer.
Makes sense.
Everything is fine. Just currently, yes. What do you require?
Are you all right in there? I've been told you haven't come out of there even in a while.
I am currently creating.
Creating. What does that mean?
Yes. Building.
What are you building? If you don't mind me asking.
A new item to shore up deficiencies I have discovered in my designs.
Silence.
The recent spar has revealed to me many deficiencies in my current style and means of combat. These must be rectified.
Did you get these ideas after your little bout with Tanya by any chance?
I have reviewed the combat data extensively in order to maximize efficiency in improving combat and any possibility of future fights against such foes.
I see. Ah. May I come in by any chance?
Does this discussion require it?
Sorry, say that again?
Does this discussion require it?
It does not.
Then I fail to see a reason why.
I desire to observe.
Explain.
I'm a little bit curious about what it is that you're doing to improve yourself. That is all.
Door immediately opens.
And enemies taking a back at the at how quickly the door got open.
I just imagine it's like the scene from Frozen where, you know, do you want to build a snowman and they're both right on the other side of the door, and Hootsifer is just sitting there eagerly waiting for those particular words to open.
In my head, Hootsifer is at his desk currently putting the finishing touches on his current redacted, and then he just hears those words, and literally in the split second, he has suddenly closed like 10 feet of distance and is already opening the door before like the second word comes out.
Yes.
The power of anticipation compels you. Sheer, unadulterated, unfiltered anticipation.
If you desire to know more, I am more than willing in order to spread the holy gospel. Please, step inside. I shall continue work while holding discussions.
All right, sounds good to me. Element steps inside just to observe what it is that you're doing.
A massive rifle is currently sitting on the desk. Very spiky, fleshy, and dark metal.
Elemi squints his eyes at that thing. He's still kind of unfamiliar with firearms. The only exposure to firearms that he has ever had has been with Mary, and he hasn't had that many close-up interactions with her, so he's not entirely sure. What is that thing? Is that a weapon?
Yes. I have currently reviewed the Holy Oil's memories and divined a weapon that would be useful that was used during the Dominarian invasion around a century and a half ago by current measured time.
Element blinks. The holy oil?
Lifts a hand, a small drop of oil on his finger. Yes, the holy oil. The most sacred of all things.
I see. I see. And you get memories from this substance?
Correct. All of the previous Phyrexian's memories are within the oil. For our review, of course, in order to divine proper perfection. Though we do have differing opinions
Hey.
on
Huh.
on how best to serve Phyrexia.
I see. That is intriguing, I must say. So what is that? So what exactly does this weapon do?
It is designed to devour the flesh of anyone that is damaged by it.
That sounds horrifying.
It is efficient in dealing with biological material.
That makes sense. What would it do to things like constructs, though?
It would cause corrosion and rust, depending on the type of material, of course.
Fair enough.
We carried most studies out upon metal items. Stone was considered inefficient. We have other ways of dealing with such things normally, but it can still be effective against it.
Well, I suppose. Although
Broke out for most of what you just
You
said.
cut out there.
I said understandable, I suppose.
Its primary purpose is elimination of biological beings.
Well, it is efficient if your goal is to destroy.
Yes, that is its purpose.
I could never see myself using a weapon like that.
I believe it is what you would call humane.
Yes, that it is what I would call it.
It inflicts death extremely quickly. There is little time for the organism to suffer from shattered nerves or damaged flesh, unlike other wounds such as sword, traditional bullets as your kind understands them, and most magical attacks.
I'm not entirely sure if I would call that humane. I suppose from a certain point of view.
I came to understand that you beings do not desire pain.
Well, yeah, nobody desires pain. Well, technically that is not entirely true. There are some odd creatures that actually enjoy pain, but those are few and far between.
Interesting. Thank you for the information. I was attempting to design this weapon with this current group in mind. I thought it more efficient if my weapon did not cause undue suffering.
Wouldn't a better weapon be something that would incapacitate your adversary without killing it?
No.
Hmm.
It matters not if the flesh is still alive or not.
I suppose that is how you see it. I suppose that's something that would matter to me, considering my occupation.
Do you mortals not also carry magic that can bring the dead back to life?
We can, but those people, those deads need a body to return to. If the body is destroyed, how would they come back to life? Unless you're
I
ta-
was under the
unless you're talking about ghosts or zombies.
impression that very powerful resurrection magic does not require a body.
Oh, be back a moment. Sorry.
Hootsifer knows without really having any understanding of things. He knows things, but he doesn't understand what he knows. But he is sweet boy. He is sweet boy. Don't worry. He is. See, I just want to say though, real quick, that it's because of Nim and Digi that Hootsifer designed this weapon to be humane and as painless as possible.
Oh boy.
That is him trying to show compassion. He is completely failing at it, but he is trying.
And that is important.
Because right now, to him, being compassionate is not causing suffering. But shouldn't you not kill them? But they are enemies. Why not kill them? They should be removed as quickly and efficiently as possible. My weapon does so. It also does not cause undue suffering. Thus, I am being what you would call kind, yes? He has no idea just how off he is on it. But he's learning. He's taking the baby steps right now.
Yes. Because yes. It's a beginning.
It's way more than what you're going to get from anything else like it.
Yes. Now, he might need coaching from Nim or someone who is adept at explaining things like
He's literally going to be asking the question, why? 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 Not because he's trying to be annoying, but he literally is trying to understand as much as he possibly can. He doesn't get it, and he is trying to. Don't worry, though. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Alright, where are you?
Oh, we lost.
He had to go real quick.
Okay.
Yep, he said he would be back.
Okay. Gotcha.
I'm back. Sorry there.
Oh, good.
Welcome back.
Did I miss something?
No, we were just waiting for you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I gotta get back into the game. My computer shut itself off.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I'm just looking around for the... What book is the things in Digi? Do you know?
you mean your new weapon?
Yes.
I don't know which book that's in.
Ah, I found it.
Okay.
It's in the DM's book.
Good.
Okay, question real quick. Does resurrection require a body for resurrection requires a body for a spirit to return to, right?
Every spell does except for the highest level one, I believe. True Resurrection does not.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that there wasn't one. That there was or wasn't one. I wasn't entirely sure if there was, but Element would know of it. Would know of it if it did exist. Okay, what was the last thing we spoke about?
Does Do you not possess magic that can bring the dead back to life?
We do, but that such magic, most of those such magic requires a body present. Unless you're talking about true resurrection, and in that case, that is something
Joke.
only the best of the best can even begin to use.
He seems to pause and consider that. This is inefficient. Why do you allow such things?
I mean, it is the nature. It is the nature of magic. Reviving without a body is something that requires a lot of talent to do. Talent and experience with magic. It's not something I would ever be able to do in my profession. As it is, I can only cure minor wounds.
Interesting. I will have to make a note when the fat priests arrive on this information.
I'm glad I can help in that regard.
Indeed, all of you are a valuable source of information. Also, one of the reasons I designed this weapon is to ensure the survival of my... He pauses and considers the
Joke.
word.
У вас есть
You
предположение,
call
что же там
them...
может находиться?
allies? Yes?
Say that again. You cut out when you said that.
Вилли, ну как так?
I also designed this weapon in order to maintain protection for my
Ай,
allies. Yes is the word, I believe?
Yes.
You are useful sources of
это
information
вообще жесть.
and ensure
Они
that my
сбегаются, есть
needs are
кислород?
met, while
Кислород,
also
кислород, кислород,
I
кислород.
give you
Оп.
things that you desire.
I suppose that's fair enough. Yes, that is how allies behave.
Ай,
Is there anything I could provide for you at the moment? In that case.
You've already provided quite a bit of information that I am currently considering. He is saying this completely without looking up from his work as he continues to use very strange and sharp, deadly-looking tools to work on his rifle.
Elemi is both concerned but intrigued at the same time as he observes.
But you desired information as well. What do you wish to know?
Well, I am curious. When the first time you introduced yourself, you called yourself an angel. Is that correct?
Indeed, I serve the machine orthodoxy.
What is the machine orthodoxy?
We are the... He seems to pause and consider. We are
If it spreads, it gets burned.
what you call a faction, I believe. A group of Phyrexians who believe that we are holy organisms and that our path is one of perfection. And that all beings wish and desire this perfection. It is our sacred duty in order to grant it to all beings.
I see.
Joke.
And your perfection entails being something like what you are.
Correct. We do not feel pain. We do not feel unnecessary emotions. We do not feel unnecessary desires. We know what we are, who we are, what our purpose is, and our duties to Phyrexia. Each of us have a place within the Holy Order, and each of us are built for our task. And it is our sacred duty to accomplish our tasks in order to further Phyrexia's cause.
Let me pause for a moment as he digests this information. How intriguing. At the same time, though, that sounds a little bit sad.
Explain.
Well, I say this? I suppose it is just it is just a different perspective, but even though most people do not desire pain, sometimes pain is an indicator of what makes us mortal.
But we are not.
You are not mortals, you say.
We are beyond such things. Death holds no fear for us.
You you said you said you have mastered death.
Hello,
Then.
Commander. In
There-
response
there-
to your request, we have sent backup. Good luck, Commander. We are forever in your debt.
Holy crap, the screen is filled. Jaffer, thank you so much for those gift subs.
Holy crap.
Jaffer did a thing?
Jaffer did a thing.
What did Jaffer do?
I literally just said what he did.
He
I heard
gifted
subs.
10 subs.
Yeah, he
Holy
gifted
crap.
10 subscriptions to the channel. Thank you.
Holy smokes.
Nice.
Gracious me.
Death is an archaic and wasteful thing. We repurpose and reuse.
And everything is in his. It doesn't exactly know how to respond to that. I can't really seem to picture something like that. I've never even fathomed such an existence.
Imagine for a moment this weapon here before me. Before it was in pieces. I have brought it together, rebuilt it, and now it functions even more effectively than it did as whatever it used to be. In a way, the Simic group of this plane is quite interesting. They do not understand the holy work, of course. They do not work with the oil, and thus their machinations are woefully inadequate and almost heretical. However, their purpose of improvement upon life is admirable, if misguided. They simply do not add artifice to their natural working. Otherwise, they are very similar to us in many ways.
What do the Simic do again? Quick reminder, please.
They're the
They
gr-
make hybrids.
The Simic believe in basically controlling evolution and basically adding their own flair to it. Guiding and manipulating evolution and bodies. They're basically the higher level ones are flesh crafters.
Flesh crafters,
They build whole races and then see if they are good enough to survive on their own or to serve a purpose. They can build whole species out of nothing. They can modify existing life into new forms. They're how Nim got his wings. They can do a lot, which is
Get it.
why Hootsifer is very interested in them, because
Get
it's
it.
like they do very similar things to what their kind do. They just don't use artifice, which is what he says they are lacking in.
I see. Yeah. Now that you mention it, you and the Simic are very alike. You simply trade machines for flesh.
Indeed, you wear this suit of armor constantly. We simply believe that the metal is stronger and superior to flesh. That does not mean that flesh does not have a purpose, but it is weak, it fails. You need only look at your race. You grow sick, you die, you age, you become weaker and weaker as time passes.
Nim won't.
I do not believe I need to say anything else.
I just wanted noted that Nim will not get weaker with age. You know.
I mean, yeah. Well, that is the nature of mortals. I mean, you said it yourself. You're not a mortal, so I suppose that is just how things go.
But that is the thing. We wish to give our gifts to all of you to end mortality, to end pain, suffering, hunger, disease. There is no need for your kind to suffer.
I suppose that in a way that is kind of admirable. But the thing is that not every creature would desire such a thing. As backwards as that may sound.
Misguided organisms. That is my purpose, in order to understand and learn from such organisms, in order to divine proper ways of helping them become part of the whole.
Some things could never be convinced. I'm sure, but others could be convinced quite easily. It's the mortal range is quite a thing.
Indeed, we wish to find the most efficient path to ensuring proper joining. Thus, my current task. One of the reasons that I have not attempted to cause harm to any of you, as it would be inefficient to my goal.
I appreciate. Well, I suppose I appreciate that. Uh, if there is one advice I could give you is that as much as you want to find the most efficient path, sometimes there isn't one answer to answer to something. So that there are multiple things you can do.
Indeed. There are multiple paths of efficiency. Is determining which one is the proper path is where we differ in our opinions.
What if there isn't a proper path though?
He just looks very confused at that. There is always a proper path. One must simply find it first. The Gataxians are quite thorough on that, with their own research and beliefs.
The who?
The Gataxian sect.
Oh, I suppose that's another sect of Phyrexia?
Indeed, they believe that all things can be measured, and that there is a degree of evolution to their work. He paused and seems to consider it. Every sound, every word, every bit of motion is chronicled and added to their archives of information through the experiments that they do upon lesser beings, in order to further understand and enhance Phyrexian organisms.
They sound like crazy librarians.
I believe the term you would use is surgeons and butchers are the terms I have used referred to them by members of the old world, the not us.
Butchers?
From the
Indeed.
moment I understood the weakness of my flesh, it disgusted me.
I really
craved
wanted to
the
make that quote.
strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day, the crude biomass that you call a temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved, for the machine is immortal.
Mechanicus is such a good game.
Jaffer posted that in chat, and I had to read it off.
That's actually like when I was listening to you saying that, like legitimately, that was like a Phyrexian quote right there. Like, legitimately, I seriously thought that was a Phyrexian quote.
Does sound like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I gotta post the
the quote that he got that from. I will post it in media.
A resplendent offering.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Thank you very much for the donation, Raharu. We are halfway to the goal.
Hey, that's awesome. Thanks, Raharu.
Joke.
Yeah. Like, that is very, 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 very good.
Very good.
I would say give the game a try. It plays a lot like XCOM 2. You're going through Necron runes while the Necrons are slowly... Oh my gosh, excuse me, they're waking up.
What game are we talking about?
Mechanicus.
Sorry. Sounds interesting. And after hearing that quote, I'm very intrigued.
My favorite thing about that game was I requested time off for work so I could be there when the game came out, and the devs of the game had a Discord. So a lot of us that pre-ordered the game, we went to their Discord, and then when they were like, "Hey, if there's any problems with the game, just post it here." People wrote what was wrong with the game in fucking binary.
Oh.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah, if any, everyone was talking in binary. It was
Wow.
so good.
They were having fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was such a fun time, and the music in it is just, it's so good.
Wonderful. Okay, we should probably continue. What was
Yes, I was waiting for you.
what was the last thing you said? Sorry.
But yes, what else do you desire to know about us? There are many factions of us. The Gitaxians do believe in their laboratories and trying to sterilize and understand everything, to quantify it, to, as they say, there is no heresy but that which goes undocumented, no mistake but that which escapes their notice. Failure is not in itself wrong to them, but if it goes undocumented, then it could be repeated, and that is inexcusable to them.
There is a saying in with us mortals that says those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So I suppose their goals make sense.
It fits well enough, I suppose. Indeed, they will... He kind of pauses and considers it for a moment. I am reviewing information. There was one such experiment done to improve a subject for completion. And the test subject continued to struggle despite clearly being bound. The surgeon in charge of the completion decided that completion should begin with the eyes and nerve sockets in order to ensure that the being could understand that its body was bound and that it could not escape such bindings.
That sounds like a mistake.
Oh no, the test subject was completed without incident.
I was more saying it that the eyes are one of the most vulnerable parts of most creatures. Starting with those sounds like a bad idea on anything.
Oh, and we improved such things. Far superior vision, faster brain synapse speeds, able to process and understand information far quicker and more efficiently than a being, as it would have been beforehand, would be able to.
So what happened to that subject afterwards?
They are Phyrexian. He just says that as if it was obvious.
So what was the point of telling me that story?
Duke.
To help you understand that to us, your actions are inexplicable and confusing. Why bother resisting when it is clearly seen that you cannot break such bonds? It is, again, one of the reasons I am here to gather such information, to attempt to understand why.
Well, as you say, you do not feel pain, but as you know already, mortals do. So but the mortals also have this thing that the called instinct that where they don't want where the body will automatically react to try and get away from something that will cause it pain. So anybody bound, and if said creature is under the impression it's about to be harmed, the natural reaction is for them to struggle. It's not something that it's something that just happens naturally with mortals.
Interesting. So it is a deficiency in instinct that overcomes the logical reasoning and processes of the mortal's brain that leads to such inexplicable behavior.
I don't find it inexplicable. That is just how the mortal body reacts. If you wouldn't react like that if you were about to. No. Let me see how I can word this. If you were about to cease to exist and you knew it was coming, you wouldn't panic.
Is there a way to overcome such a fate?
No.
Then what is the point? If my destruction is going to happen no matter what I attempt to do, there is no point of resisting.
What if you didn't know it was inevitable? If you could try and avoid it, but it was really difficult.
Then there is clearly a path that can be taken, and thus it should be attempted.
So I suppose that's also part of human instincts. The instinct to try and survive. Sometimes we don't know if our death will be imminent. So if even if we're in a situation where our demise is inevitable, we will struggle regardless, because we don't want to die.
Interesting. I believe your kind has a word for this.
What are you trying to say?
I believe you call it hope.
Yes, that is exactly the word. Hope.
Interesting. I believe I must further my studies on this hope in order to attempt to understand it.
Well, if you keep hanging around with us, you may or may not get to understand it someday. We need a lot of hope to try and get through the things that we're going through right now, if I be honest.
I believe I witnessed such an emotion before when I was dueling with the
It's a wolf.
With Elena.
Oh.
No. Dueling with Elena?
Oh wait, who was it that I fought?
Tanya.
Tanya, sorry. I was looking at the wrong person.
It happens.
Yeah, you have to zoom in a lot to tell the difference from the icons.
But Tanya is a wolf.
Yes.
Also, can you share the map again? My map did it. When I returned to Fantasy House, it wasn't there.
Oh, sure.
So what did you wonder when you were fighting with Tanya?
I
Oh,
incapacitated her. I defeated her. Her body should not have been able to continue functioning, and yet it did. Despite everything of all the information that I have on your physiology, she should not have been able to keep going. But she did still. She somehow refused to collapse. And yet, at the same time during that battle, I believe I felt something as well. It was strange. I do not have the understanding of what such a thing was. Yet, I refused to fall, despite feeling as though my body should be failing at the moment. It was an interesting sensation, to say the least. It requires far more study.
If
The
I
wheel.
may interject, I've been listening to this conversation for a while now, and while both sides have some points, there are a number of things I'd like to mention.
Huh? Okay, Ludo.
Mortal. Ah, yes. Good day. Pardon to interject so suddenly.
Oh, go ahead and say your words.
Mortals and others of our such persuasion have a wide array of powers. It's what makes us so difficult to deal with, along with our ingenuity, creativity, and quite frankly, sporadic moments. Not all of us are equal.
Son,
Perhaps even if we were to join your gathering. However, along with that creativity, spontaneity, comes such a thing that is determination.
that is exactly well. I was gonna call it will, but determination is better.
He is listening extremely intently.
It is a powerful desire stemming from one's own will to accomplish something, not for the sake of some grand group, but because they want to. They individually want to do this. Such as Tanya individually brought out that will in a simple spar because she wanted to win. And you brought out a will that had nothing to do with Phyrexia. In that battle, you did not want to lose. You would have gained nothing from putting in this extra effort, but you did because it was important to you. For some reason, that is another mortal thing. Pride. Some could have called it conceited, but it's important to us enough to bring forth power beyond our normal means. It could be a small thing. It could be a grand ideal. What's important varies very wildly from person to person. If it were Element fighting Tanya, I do not believe that he would have put in the effort. He may have taken his loss with grace, bowed, and said good fight.
You might be right. Although lately I have taken the stand that I do not want to be stopped. So perhaps not.
Exactly. And there comes another thing. Change. As we experience more things, we also change our outlooks, our tactics. We adapt to our surroundings and what we're capable of, reassess our situation, and change our tactics accordingly. For
I
mortality,
understand.
strength comes from the individual. And once we are no longer the individual, something is lost in translation. However, there is one other point. Mortality is important because it gives us something to fight for, something raw, inherent. The will to survive, the will to persevere. If we don't have mortality, we don't have the urge to improve ourselves, or rather, the base to improve ourselves. Because if we can't die, well, why should we get stronger? It's not like anything will happen. But once we do have that danger, that something could happen, we don't want it to happen, so we get stronger, so that it doesn't happen, so that we can delay it. It's like reaching perfection. It's a nice ideal, but once you have it, you realize that there's nothing else to do. And then creativity stops. Ingenuity stops. You've reached the goal. What else do you do now?
Carry the gift to others. To
Of
carry the
course.
gift of perfection to all.
Of course. But that also, at some point, will have an end. And then when everyone's perfect, nobody is. You're all the same.
The great work will be completed.
And then
He seems to pause at that.
will you stop? Will you sit there just feeling content, or will you have nothing else? Not a single thing.
Duke.
That is true. If you do not have the concept of if you do not have the concept of death, once you reach the point where everybody is like you, there will be nothing else to do. You would just exist forever.
Bringing me back to my point of mortality. Every mortal is different from one another. We do what we can in our limited amount of time, and then someone else takes over. They could do good, they could do bad, but there will always, as long as mortality is present and there is a constant shift in the people in it, there will always be change. Some people might mess it up, and then the next people might have to fix it. But there will always be something to do.
Sometimes things go bad, sometimes things go good. But things always progress in either direction.
Anyway, I
Must consider this.
Indeed. I hope this talk has been most illuminating.
He actually seems like, despite like not really having much of a face, like he actually almost seems a little troubled and kind of confused. And desperately like reviewing this information and going, what?
There can't be something wrong with my plans. There can't be an inherent flaw. What are you talking about? I don't like this. I don't like
Oh my.
This is. I must consider this because Phyrexia is perfect. Its objectives are pure and holy, yet what you are saying is not immediately dismissible. It must be considered. Because what is there if the great work is completed?
Which is
This...
why I have a proposition for you.
Yes?
Proposition?
Indeed. He doesn't understand the inherent value of mortality. Therefore, perhaps he should attempt to be one. See how different it is.
I do not understand.
He's
Well, your current host body, from my understanding, is an example of mortality.
Indeed,
One
it is
of
not.
the hundreds of thousands of many different individuals in Ravnica. So, say, have you ever considered what you like to taste? It's extraneous data, but for a mortal, that is one of their many preferences.
But the individual is dangerous to the whole. It is wrong. It is unholy.
It is constantly changing, and therefore a dead end shall never be met. Because if everyone is the same, and you reach your goal, and there's nothing to do, no more information to gain, that will be it. You will have completed your purpose and will have nothing to do, aka you have lost your worth. Mortals have a striking ability to be individuals, have preferences, and always find something to change. In things that you might consider excessive, unimportant, they might consider it the opposite, very important and something to seek out. In something as simple as what to have for breakfast. You consider it just food, but they consider it enjoyment.
Call
He
it
doesn't
just
contribute to
food in
anything.
front of Nim, I dare you.
Yeah. You might consider it just food, but for them, it is a source of motivation, a reward, or something that they must do to achieve what they want. Such as if someone is dieting, they might not eat what they want to eat, but what they think they need to eat.
Yes. Say, now that I think about it, when it comes to your host buddy, the two of you don't meet eye to eye, right? So you have never tried and observed his behavior.
I have attempted to do so several times. At the moment, the being you call Hootie is being very generous and not attempting to resist me at all. I believe he pauses for a moment and seems to consider something before looking at both of you again. He says that he believes I am learning things and that I am gaining valuable lessons that will improve me.
I would agree, because
and then-
you, if you may not have realized it, are very different right now than who you were at the beginning of the conversation.
Element gives a smile. I think I understand. You know, I think Pluto's prediction may actually be a good idea for you. if you truly want to learn about mortals, the best way would be to try and act like them.
He looks distinctly uncomfortable at that. Like, actually somehow uncomfortable at that.
Make
Now.
impersonations of other players. I dare you.
Consider this learning what other Phyrexians may never be able to get the information of. You could bring individuality to your species, which could save them should they ever complete their goal.
Ah.
Something to consider. After all, you're one of our group now, and we look after each other. Tanya's good at fighting. I'm good at others.
I believe your suggestions are not without merit. They must be considered and properly figured out on how best to carry out such information gathering. But I believe that such information could be very valuable to Phyrexia.
I'm glad that you agree.
Translation: Hootie. Yes! Go Pluto, go Pluto, go Pluto. Hootsifer, rocking in the corner. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm scared. I need my Phyrexian stuffed animal.
Pluto's got 24 charisma for a reason, my guy.
Yeah, Hootsifer's over in the corner going, I'm questioning my entire life purpose. We don't question our life purpose. This doesn't happen. And Hootie's just like, oh, I'm enjoying every second of this. Go ahead, you can have control of the body right now. I'm just going to enjoy this right now.
Yeah.
Oh my. Yeah,
Pluto is one of the best people in the ensemble at speaking.
That is actually the reason why Elemi smiled, because he knew that Hootie was actually enjoying himself inside of their shared body.
Yeah. Hootie's just like eating popcorn, sitting on a really relaxing chair, legs up, just enjoying every second of this. And Hootie's just like rocking back and forth, just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. These people are scaring me. We don't get scared. We don't feel fear.
Casually destroying his entire faith.
This is why 99% of Phyrexians don't have the individuality to question things like this.
He's the only one here, so there's nobody to reinforce that.
Mm-hmm. Hootsifer's like, am I deficient? Is there some problem with me?
No. Embrace it. You will be the one who can save your species if you can learn this individuality.
Hootsifer is very scared. He needs a hug right now.
Elemi will hug you, but I don't
Hold
think that's a
on.
good idea.
One sec, everybody.
What's up?
I just needed to restart the audio engine. We're good.
Okay.
I'll also remind you, Pluto is the warlock and the one that makes the contracts.
Oh god, as Hootsifer becomes a warlock with Pluto as his patron.
Here, you will need this. Just trust me.
When mortals can become predators, I thought that was only for gods.
I mean, this would be something like flavored for that.
Technically, when it comes to that, it depends on how powerful the mortal is. But technically, a mortal could be powerful enough to be a patron.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay,
I
fair
think
enough.
Brittle qualifies for that too.
Honestly, yeah, probably. He is a skeleton. He is an undead. Still mortal, but still an undead.
And depending on the group's actions, he could get stronger.
Yeah, Hootsifer just kind of put down his tools after he finishes his work, and just kind of picks up and cradles his massive rifle against his chest. It's like, you have given me much to think about and consider.
Of course. I'll let you take the time to approach this information at your pace.
Element is gonna rub his chin and say, would you like some company, by any chance?
I believe I should continue my research and go and see the others. I believe you all were out for quite some time while I was continuing my work on this, as like small tendrils begin coming out of the rifle and plugging into his suit.
We had quite the adventure, that's for sure.
Of course. Take all the time you need.
He is just looking very, very confused as he just kind of wanders out here.
Element is following behind.
Ah, Eileen, how's Silver doing? Oh, Silver's doing quite well, actually. I estimate in about 4 more days they can take off the jacket.
I am glad Silver is doing well.
Yes, I am also glad to hear upon his recovery.
Nim, are you feeling well yourself? How are you feeling?
Oh, you guys went in there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought you were talking elsewhere.
No,
Oh, no. Pluto came into the resting room with that Nim and Silver were in, checking up on them one more time. To which Elena said, like, oh yeah, in about 4 more days, I believe Silver can completely take off the jacket.
I guess the damage is based off.
I'm okay.
Pluto,
Yeah.
there is something that I must discuss with all of you. That I have begun to question that I may have made a mistake, and that such mistakes must be hurriedly rectified before it becomes too dangerous.
Ah. Well, if you believe I can help you, by all means. However, you needn't be in such a rush.
When we were in Mole Master, I released some oil on the plane.
Ah, I'll get to that.
And Nim can hear this, right?
Yes,
He is in the room. He is.
He's saying it loud enough that everyone would be able to hear it.
Nim looks up from the bed where he's he and Silver are still curled up. His face is very, very blank right now.
At the time, I considered it a holy action and endeavor.
Joke.
And that I was spreading perfection to that world. Now I am coming to question this act, and believe that I may be in fact hindering such things possibly. And until I can divine the proper way and future, I believe it is best that it is prevented from spreading.
Yes. Yes. Now, I hope you don't see what you may witness as sacrilege once we get there.
No, I believe the organisms that are infected must be exterminated with extreme prejudice in order to prevent further infection.
So, yes, let us be off.
Nim is already
everyone.
planeswalking to Mulemaster.
Wait, before you do that, Nim, Elemi is gonna shout, Nim, wait, don't just go there by yourself.
Poof.
Ugh. I knew he was. I knew he was going to do that.
Well, everyone to the tree. Ensemble, gather up.
We're going to a tree?
We can consider this an emergency measure.
Come on, Marco. We need to stop something from consuming Mulemaster.
Okay.
Nim is going to be very, very sad if he
I'll go pack
misses
my beans.
his meeting with I cannot think of the name.
Who are you talking to? About.
The training with Gordon with Ramsey.
Yes. He did ask you to be there.
Is this
By
the
the way, I
same
just
day
want-
or the next day?
Next day. Thankfully, the day has not passed yet. So if you can, so if Phyrexian oil spread can be contained swiftly and promptly, kudos.
Yay.
Yeah, I just want to say, Hootie in Hootsifer's head right now is giving him like a standing ovation and a pat on the back for doing that, and Hootsifer's just like, I don't know what to think anymore. And well, if the logic of what they say is sound, such a fate is basically self-defeating and self-destructive, therefore failing Phyrexia's goals and not continuing them. And thus, according to that logic, it must be prevented at all costs.
Fucking can't believe that Pluto pulled the Uno reverse card on Hootsifer.
It's like Hootsifer does have free will still. He does have logic,
Yeah,
and he can think just like any of the Praetors can.
What time of day is it right now?
I'd say late afternoon.
So Nim is almost definitely going to be missing it.
Well, that depends on how long it takes to stop the oil spread. It hasn't been there for long. It just technically like a day or two. So it could not have become an outbreak just yet.
Hopefully.
So where
did you put down the oil again?
Near the tree.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Wait, hold on now. That might be fine. As the tree is not in town, but sort of town adjacent.
Duke.
So, back to Mulemaster, everybody.
But first,
Teleportation.
a word from our advertisers because we have an ad time.
Oh boy.
So we'll be back in a moment.
We've gotten those twice.
Yeah.
I am loving this, you know.
Yeah, you broke him like I'm trying to think. It's like in character. It's like I'm trying to think of how you refute this. It's like by the logic and creed of the white faction that he's a part of, he can't really think of something.
Would another faction be able to think of a counter to that?
They just wouldn't think about it. They just follow the orders. They don't really.
Pluto basically broke the mind of a Phyrexian philosopher.
The Praetors are intelligent and have basically free will. They can decide what they want to do. Most of the run-of-the-mill follow the orders of their superiors and do the tasks that they were made to do.
I see. Fair enough.
Hootie technically is not a full Phyrexian, though. He has the oil, yes, but he hasn't been fully completed. So he still has his human emotions and such.
And those are kind of bleeding. So those are kind of bleeding into Hootsifer.
Yes, he can think, he can imagine, he can dream still. And for him, it's confusing and very, very uncomfortable for him. Because
so
now...
yes, sure. I will give you all the toys that you want, but I get to screw with him.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, it's like, I'm absolutely freaking adoring this now. Oh, Hootsifer is the sweet, sweet baby, and he needs hugs, and... Oh,
Nim will be more than happy to give him a very deep hug with his fangs. Especially if he misses his training.
No, Nim, do not bite him. That is the worst thing you can do. An element will let you know that if you attempt it.
But I don't know. If we are in Mole Master, I think
you
could survive and be just
no,
fine.
No, I'm just saying, do not bite him, do not make contact with him, but you can fireball him.
Oh no,
That's what I'm saying.
Nim, being in the same world or the same plane as his goddess, there's a very good chance she would protect him. I mean, she literally raised him to sentience. She made him who he is. She's got a bit of she's definitely been keeping an eye on him. Unfortunately, none of the DMs have really played into that yet, but I'm hoping they will.
Don't worry, angels can become Phyrexians.
Yeah, they can.
So can demons.
Sure. What about gods themselves?
Give us time. We can do it.
I was gonna say.
Now that I think about it,
time.
Now that I think about it, has there ever been a documented case of a Phyrexian being reversed from being a Phyrexian without being destroyed? Like reversing to what it was before?
Zantech was able to resist becoming a full Phyrexian, and actually one of the biggest Phyrexians is the Praetor Urabrask. Urabrask is the leader of the red faction of Phyrexia, and to them, their duty and job is to forge and craft all of the artifacts, machines, and technology of Phyrexia. That's their duty. That's their tasks. That's what they do. And they reside on what's called the furnace layer, which is between Mirrodin's core and the surface of the world. It's basically between the two. It's like a giant, like, smelting vat and all these different forge areas. It's massive, massive. And during the Phyrexian Mirren War, the Mirrodin people began to retreat into the furnace layer, and all of the red Phyrexians who are working were like, "What the fuck? What do we do?" So they turned to Urabrask and they asked him, "What should we do about these invaders?" And Urabrask gave a single word declaration: nothing. Basically, leave them be. And so it goes. The red Phyrexians do not interact at all with the Mirrans. So long as the Mirrans do not get in their way of their work and do not get in the way of whatever they're supposed to do, they will completely treat the Mirrans as though they don't exist.
Interesting.
Compared to every other Phyrexian faction that is literally out to rip them apart and consume them and make them into Phyrexians themselves, they are basically the one group that kind of feels compassion and emotions towards them, but they don't necessarily understand those emotions themselves.
Interesting. I gotta look into those. What are they called again?
They're they're the red faction. The Quiet Furnace is what they're called. Their faction's name.
Thank you.
Urabrask is he was originally a dragon.
Oh.
Before he was completed. He was a furnace dragon.
Interesting.
Yeah, nowadays he's actually planning a coup against Elishnorn, the leader of the White faction, and he's plotting to stop Phyrexia from invading other planes.
Wow.
Because to him, that is not the great work. That is going completely against the great work. To him, Phyrexia should stay on New Phyrexia, and they should focus on their work and duties on their plane.
Keep fighting. Spicy.
Yes.
Also, hello, Coach May.
Yeah, I was gonna have Kurt check the chat.
Sorry, I was walking around while I was talking. I'm back at my computer now looking. Yeah, they would like to do that. But yeah,
This is Magic the Gathering.
The red faction would, from the sounds of it so far, are on the Mirrans and the rest of the plane side. They're trying to basically launch a coup and a resistance against Phyrexia currently.
That is pretty cool.
We are actually, fun fact, starting in September, we're starting a 4-set block of basically the big final battle between New Phyrexia and the multiverse.
Ooh, in September you said?
September is the first set. Dominaria United. Then we have the Brothers War, which goes back in time to the original war between Urza and Mishra, the brothers who opened the portal to Phyrexia and originally let some of them out. Urza was the big good who stopped Phyrexia the first time they tried to invade Dominaria. And then after that, there's going to be 2 more sets. We don't know the names of them yet. We don't know what's going to be going for them yet. All we know is that both of these sets are built around each other, and the second set is designed in a way we have never seen any Magic set like yet. It's called, like you have the set name, and then the second one has the same name, but it also has epilogue added to it.
Interesting. Interesting.
So we don't know what that set's going to be like. We don't know what it means, but we believe that set is going to be the final battle, and then the aftermath of the final battle.
Ooh.
Is what we're guessing at the moment.
Tell me how it goes.
Is it going to be an actual ending to Magic the Gathering?
No, this is the Phyrexian arc.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is going with New Phyrexia right now is what we're focusing on at the moment.
Okay, so wait, when did the Phyrexian arc start?
Let's get back to the game, please.
Sorry.
However, Kerr will eventually be doing a deep dive lore dump into Magic the Gathering on the Saturday Curtails thing.
Sure, I can do that. Also, to answer your question,
we
was
already
8 years
talked
ago.
about you doing it. Toshime does have one more question for you that you can answer quickly.
We don't know because it's never happened, and oh god, I really hope it never does, because it would be very, very bad if it does.
My god. It'd be very, very bad.
All Phyrexians and slivers gain the abilities of all slivers on the battlefield.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a Yu-Gi-Oh effect. Don't go that route.
Oh yeah, slivers get really nutty in Magic the Gathering. You have to keep those little buggers in check.
Damn right.
Yeah, slivers gain the abilities of all other slivers that are around them through their hive mind and their cells. They can copy the abilities of any nearby sliver.
If one sliver has first strike, they all get first strike. If one sliver has flying, they all get flying. If a sliver says get a +1/+1, they all get +1/+1s.
Wait, they all get flying even if the ones in questions don't have wings. How do they fly? Is it like a dude?
They adapt.
That's
Oh,
the way
Sky
they
Noodle.
Yeah, no, their bodies literally mutate and grow those mutations. So if one sliver has wings, they all grow wings. If one sliver has really long claws, they all grow those.
Intriguing.
That's why the more slivers there are around you, the more dangerous they become. They learn and adapt and become stronger and tougher.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm ready to keep going.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. To the tree.
Everyone's going back to the tree. As well as... You know what? I'm going to roll something. Let's see how it goes.
Neem is going to get himself killed if he keeps going. If he keeps doing this.
So,
That
Krei.
might just be the goal, though, Element.
We help him. Yes.
Element is actually afraid of that.
High or low?
Hi.
Well then, you are in luck. Because Nim can find and spot the area of corruption. It has infested a small glade in the woods. However, apart from the trees themselves, the grass holding a curious menace, along with the deep discoloration, the animals that seem to have come under the influence of this corruption are simply small birds and squirrels.
That doesn't sound good. The birds can fly away.
How many squirrels? Oh god. They might be strong enough to take on Boborigmos.
Yes. No. Regular squirrels. They don't have flying. They're not flying squirrels.
Hang on, I'm just grabbing something real quick.
I knew that hit one with you.
I think I know what you're going to share.
I have a sneaking suspicion.
Gusher meatballs. What the heck, Locket?
Oh, that's from long ago, and I hate it.
Yeah.
This is what is going to be the most fearsome Phyrexian squirrels.
I remember that.
Yes.
Wait, isn't that that's an Eldrazi?
So
Killing ancient being with one swings. Lovely.
So, Zim, you should share this on the screen. This is a fan-made piece of artwork.
If it's fan-made, I probably cannot.
Oh.
Aw.
However, yeah, without having a source that I can share to point people there, I cannot share it that way.
It's just on Reddit.
Yeah, I can't. I need to have directly to the artist post. However, I can put it in tabletop image, and those of you that are watching this on YouTube or right now, you can look up this video's title and in the tabletop image channel on the Discord and find it later.
The joke that goes along.
Change the title.
The joke that goes along with this image is, according to Magic the Gathering rules, if Emrakul, a world-devouring abomination like something out of H.P. Lovecraft, its very presence warps flesh and the world around it and destroys it. And it is massive. It's like the size of a mountain. By magic rules, 15 little tiny squirrels can kill it, working together.
Wonderful.
I always thought it'd be fun to make a scroll deck.
And these squirrels here, we salute you, as they are about to make the ultimate sacrifice to stop the space meatball.
Space meatball!
AKA the giant spaghetti monster. But yes,
spaghetti.
I just thought it was worth sharing, and oh god, 8 Pyrexian squirrels. Beware them, they are dangerous.
That dude lives on the moon now.
Don't worry, Nim has silver, and working together, they can eat bark. No. They can defend against squirrels. However, the birds might be another story. You might have to seek and destroy those.
Why did it have to be birds? Okay,
Little tiny birds, but birds.
When I step out onto the plane, can I sense them since they have the oil inside of them?
Yes, you can. And, inadvertently, you are the strongest Phyrexian and the only one capable of granting orders.
I'm going to call them all to me.
And so, obeying their superiors, no matter what, at any cost, they all come towards you.
Can I keep them, please? I wish to have an army of little Phyrexian squirrels. I will make them all little body armor and weapons.
Nim is following along with them and blasting every last one.
No! No!
Complete incineration.
I mean, that's what we're supposed to do, but I want my little army of animals that I could use.
Every last one.
I mean, that's what we're here for, so I can't really go against the logic. That is the logical thing to do, is burn it with fire, but... Little squirrels, I can give them little cannons.
Last one.
And Markov keep one of them as a little pet.
You can keep its corpse, perhaps, if there's anything left.
There will be no corpse.
Come on, I'll take care of it. I'll feed it. I'll make sure it's...
I have
gets
a
enough
feeling
water.
something bad will happen.
Oh, hush now, sword.
Markov, be quiet. Please.
Is there anything bigger or more dangerous that I can sense coming?
No. Thankfully, it seems that it has not spread too drastically, as it has had like 1 or 2 days to even exist here.
We got lucky.
That was all. That was everything that was infected.
Apart from the vegetation, yes.
As he just cocks his cannon, moves forward, and begins just nuking trees. And just dissolving
Okay.
them with his gun.
So I have the source for the art now, so I can post it in the description on the YouTube recording and stuff, as well as in the chat.
Oh, nice.
So let me go bring it up. Thank you for finding that for us, Toshime. There. The alt.
We salute you, sweet squirrel coons. About to sacrifice yourself for an entire world to save it.
And
You
there's
are the
source.
true hero, squirrel coons.
So was that? So was
Excellent.
so was that all? So was that all the things that we needed to kill, or rather, we needed to deal with?
Well, as far as Kerr can feel, there is no more oil.
I believe we caught everything, as he just dissolves another tree and just watches it melt.
Well, considering you can feel that those things, I have no reason to disbelieve you, to not believe you.
I believe it is still wise to use fire to sanitize the area just to be on the safe side.
Aha.
Of course, as Eileen is burning everything and Greta is spreading salt.
And Elemi is helping. Elemi is helping with his firebolt.
Excellent.
Nim is very, very unhappy.
Now.
He's going up to. He is going up to.
Hootsifer is very sorry for what he's done, and he warned us.
He is going up to Hootsifer. You are an unnatural being. I have sworn oaths to protect life, and I will uphold those. You have done something very wicked and evil this day. And if it happens again, I will destroy you. And he plane walks away from back to Ravnica.
Oof. Well,
I feel that is an acceptable word.
Elemi is going to approach you as he listens to the conversation. You know, yeah, I am actually kind of surprised he didn't blast you right then and there.
Nim just left.
He actually restrained himself.
Don't
teach my hamster to
we're
suck
in
eggs.
Mulmaster right now.
Yeah, Mark, we went to Mulmaster.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I believe it was... He was attempting to hold back.
Toshime, this is up to the player to approve of, as well as the DM, of course. So I will send it to both of them.
It is probably because you decided to speak up before it got any worse than this.
Kerr, think very carefully about you choosing to accept this.
What influence? What's happening?
I kind of want it. I'll keep it with me and I will keep it safe. I can have a familiar. I can build a familiar. This can be my familiar.
Kerr, think very carefully about accepting this.
See, that's the thing. I know it's a really, really bad idea. But Hootie is attempting to try and understand mortals. So what better way to do it than by examining another little being? Also, he wants to build him a little suit of armor.
He wants to dote on it. It may not understand, or care, or show many of the things that a squirrel would.
I just want to say real quick, if I went the artillerist, my cannon is a squirrel. It wears the little cannon on it. I want it. I want this. It's horrible. It's a bad idea, but I want it. He will be my little baby, and I will spoil him.
All right. So, here's what happens. As people are turning around and traveling back in the tree, Pluto is gathering some ash and seems to start writing something. Before holding up a paper for you, Hootsifer.
He will walk over to look at it.
It is a conditional resurrection and familiar contract for a demonstration in empathy. You may have one of the squirrels. However, you will be in charge of its care, grooming, and general looking after. If such conditions are met, it will be your familiar.
I will take care of Squirrel.
However, Phyrexians don't have much self-care.
I need to step away from
So
it.
you may have to reintroduce it and teach it how to be a squirrel.
I will do so. Glory to Squirrel Coon.
I do so love your individuality. And so parts of the ash come back together to form a slightly Phyrexian squirrel.
Oh, so cute. I wonder how Phyrexian Squirrel even looks like.
I looked. I couldn't find it.
Oh,
He will have little metal bits on him.
Fair enough.
And I will build him a little suit of armor, and he shall be glorious.
All right, let's go back. Enjoy your familiar. But of course, Nim. Perhaps you should explain that you're taking responsibility for what you've done.
I am attempting to understand and learn more.
Of course. All right, and they head back to Ravnica, back into the backyard of Krei's house. crisis averted. And trust me, I was going to let that sit there for a while until it reached a crisis point, and the party was alerted via Marten network. But Hootsifer had a change of heart.
Yep, I wasn't expecting that to happen.
It is interesting how sometimes things are just unpredictable.
Yep. Ludo heard the conversation and decided he'd help Elephant out. Maybe a little too well.
Yes.
But hey, when does someone really have the opportunity to reintroduce individuality into a Phyrexian?
Everything is fine.
Everything is fine.
Everything is I chose. Anyway.
We should keep track on how many times we say this is gonna be fine, everything's fine.
Oh, I don't
And then
know.
something bad happens shortly after.
I warned you.
Thanks, Mr. Sorry.
Markov, if that source says that sentence one more time, I am going to toss it away. I am tired of hearing that voice.
Please don't, I like my sword.
It is Markov's sword.
I know.
It was magically brought back to me fair and square. This sword and I are destined to be together.
I will fight you for it. Tell it to
Man, another goddamn fight.
This is my true squirrel.
Squirrel sovereign. Other scrolls you control get 1+1. Oh my, that is such a powerful effect. Now you need even less squirrels to kill that thing.
Oh, my
You
army
need
of squirrels.
just 8. Most excellent.
Well, that was a crisis averted, if there ever was one.
Indeed. However, I feel we've made great progress.
Indeed.
Great progress indeed. I honestly wasn't expecting all of this to happen today. That
Yeah.
I suppose that is the wonders of the motor world. Things are just unexpected sometimes.
Things have certainly gotten a lot more lively once you lot joined us.
No joke.
Don't
I am
teach my hamster
happy
suck
to
eggs.
assist.
Oh boy.
Huh?
Well, there was a new influence, but Nim is away at the moment. So, in the meantime, what does the party wish to do, having recently just saved a realm before a crisis event happened by cutting it off at the source?
Mm-hmm.
Hootsifer doesn't really know what to do right now. He is very confused and confused.
I just stopped Phyrexian's war.
Confusing.
I just did bad, and I feel good, and I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about this.
Is that physical being shown by Hootsifer?
He is very blank at the moment.
Elemi is going to look at you, and then he's going to wave his hand right in front of wherever your eyes are.
Yes.
Are you feeling all right? I can barely tell expressions for you, but at the moment I can see that you are either thinking too much or not thinking at all.
We are working within acceptable parameters.
Well, so do you have anything else planned to do for today?
No, not at the moment.
We can
Well-
go shopping.
Huh?
We can
Yeah.
go shopping.
Well, that is a good idea. I don't have anything to buy myself, but going out and about might be a good experience for our little friend here. What was
I
what,
want to get a new set of armor.
what was your name again?
My name?
No,
Okay.
Hootsifer's name. Is it actually Hootsifer?
I didn't call him Hootsifer.
He doesn't have a name.
Elemin rubs his chin. You don't have a name?
Names are not required. The one that I inhabit does have a name, Rallus, but I do not go by such meaningless things.
Well, most mortals do have a name. If you're going to be trying to if you're going to be trying to act like a mortal, you're probably going to need one. It'd be weird to just call you Rallus as well. If I be honest.
Call him Dralus. You know, Dark Rallus, but with a D. So it's Dralus.
Rallus. That actually does sound good, but I'm not sure. I mean, I don't suppose you will have any opinion in this regard, would you?
I do not.
Well, I suppose unless you I suppose unless you want to be called anything else, Dralus sounds like a good alternative.
I would need to consider this.
Sounds good to me. So, would you like to join us in shopping?
I I could.
Element nods. All right then, just follow us.
What about, should we not speak to Nim?
At the moment, Nim is actually
He's already walking into the room to go talk with Nim.
I'm not sure if Nim wants to see you right now.
But I am attempting to make strides in understanding mortals. And this is something that mortals do, so thus it is something I should do in order to gather the necessary data that I need.
That is understandable, but how should I say this?
As he just walks right into the room and over to Nim.
Well, I tried. I need to be faster with my words. Element is gonna follow you.
Just a little. Markov tails behind.
X.
Nim.
Sim is still out actually.
Oh.
Yeah. He wasn't listening to any of this.
I think he can still hear it. He just can't respond.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's just not at his desk probably.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, so we just gotta wait for him to return then.
Oh god, oh god. I just want you all to know that you guys really, really broke him horribly.
I know.
Wait, well, how do we break it?
Funnily enough, in from our perspective, we're trying to help him, just like from your perspective, you were trying to help us.
What do you mean, Dralis?
He is very confused right now and he doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I am so glad I wasn't out of it this time around. I'm actually able to roleplay properly. I'm really enjoying this.
It is quite remarkable.
They soon gotta go to bed soon. Soon.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh well, delightful progress you've made anyway.
Mm-hmm. It's too bad. It's too bad Krei couldn't be here. He would probably be having a good time with this as well.
I
Oh
can already
yes.
see it now. Markov killed a child.
Why are you holding that over yourself? I thought you wanted to forget about it.
As much as he wants to, he cannot.
No, it's kind of stuck with me, such as my serrated hammer.
Dude, the child was possessed by a demon. It's okay.
Yeah. Holy smokes, I can't yawn. Kinda hurts.
I
But
know.
yeah,
And that.
But yeah, no, it wasn't a big deal. It was a demon child.
Literally, it was. There was nothing left of what that girl was. It was just that was a suit that the drider was wearing, basically.
Imagine if you'd imagine what kind of fight that would have been if you'd fought it so much earlier.
Oh my. What would there still be? Would there still be part of the girl left?
Who can say?
I am honestly curious now.
I'll just say that quest had been there for a very long time, and this time I had urged the party forward to express that there are a lot of other things to do if you are not sure which way to go.
Makes sense.
So, you are taking Hootsifer shopping, and you're bringing Markov along.
Yeah, we can just go ahead and do that and just go and just flashback or when Sim comes back.
Offering.
Oh
Or when-
my! I see.
I mean, we could just move forward with it.
Hello there, Toshime, and thank you for finishing the donation goal.
Thanks, Toshime.
Well, then
time we get back.
now, I suppose this does change things.
Oh yeah, the relational goal is being
Completed. It's too bad that that Nim's not here for this, because on the way to the specialty store, the party finds a giant crowd, and inside is a very, very familiar voice. It's Raylel, and he's set up a booth.
Element blinks. Markov, isn't that your supervisor?
looks like he's signing autographs or maybe selling stuff. You know, I'm not
On that
entirely
booth
sure what he
is a
does.
sign that says "Pizza is a sandwich." Change my mind.
Oh. Oh
Huh?
no.
Huh? Element squints at the sign. Pizza is a sandwich? Change my mind? What?
And it
What is
seems that
pizza?
many people are very furiously trying to debate this with him.
Did you just ask what is pizza?
Yes.
Ah, pizza is, how should I explain it? Pizza is a kind of food. Is basically flour coated usually with tomato sauce, and then you add some other ingredients. Then those ingredients can range from cheese to meats to some other people like to use sweets on it, which I personally do not like. And well, it's very diverse, you could say.
Oh ho ho! If you are lacking in pizza, just say the word!
Sorry, you cut out a little bit there. What you said?
Oh ho ho! If you are lacking in pizza, just say the word! As Raylil will raise his hand, and several boxes of pizza start flying in every direction.
Element eyes squints. I do not trust that pizza.
He will move over and attempt to take a slow bite.
I am back. Sorry about that.
Welcome back.
So, how much have you... I assume you've heard everything.
Yes, and I sent you a message, but apparently you didn't check your Discord.
Oh, sorry.
Nim is not
Oh,
there.
I see.
He planeswalked
Well-
directly to the restaurant.
I see. Well then.
Okay, so Nim
No,
wasn't.
I guess he's going to miss the sandwich debate then.
Yeah, so Nim wasn't there when whatchamacallit, when Hootsifer attempted to go in there. Fair enough.
So, Hootsifer, what do you think of a cheese and Italian sausage pizza?
This is strange. You eat this for sustenance.
Yes. It's not the healthiest of foods, but it is. But a lot of people think it's yummy.
Also, there's the influence that was redeemed while I was away.
So that's what it is. Unfortunately, I will have to reject that one. As this is going to be very intensive. But if it finishes faster, Nim might not get everything that he wants to get out of it.
Did I come through when I said thank you? Oh, yeah. Thank you so much for the donation, Toshime. Yeah, the donation goal is, of course, completed. Now we switch over to one of the DLC outfits.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
Oh, those get moved on. Okay.
Now,
Okay, we should probably proceed with this scene because this is probably
Yeah.
the last scene with Markov.
so,
Go ahead.
Raylil will begin his spiel once more. A sandwich is anything between two slices of bread. However, upon the creation of the open-faced sandwich, simple ingredients upon one slice of bread, just about anything consisting that has bread inside of it could be construed as a sandwich. Therefore, pizza is an open-faced sandwich.
I'm not
Element
arguing
bl-
with that.
Element blinks. I don't think that's how that works.
And why not?
when was pizza created compared to open-faced sandwiches?
Well, I'm not sure. However, the pizza meets all the requirements to be an open-faced sandwich. And
If pizza
all
was
the ingredients are on one side of the bread.
if pizza was a thing before open-faced sandwiches, then open-faced sandwich would technically be a pizza, not the other way around.
But can you prove which came first?
I can't. I don't have the information on the history between pizzas and open-faced sandwiches. But
Indeed. However, if we trace back...
I wish to do research upon this, and I will discover in order to ensure proper discussion of such subjects.
However, it can be theoretically deduced that bread is much easier to make than pizza dough. Therefore, it is much more likely that sandwiches were had before pizzas were had. Now, an open-faced sandwich is a simple modification, just removing one of the slices of bread. Ergo, an open-faced sandwich is much more likely to have been created before the pizza. Therefore, the pizza is an open-faced sandwich that has been toasted.
His argument is logical.
It is, but at the same time, I can't help but think that there is a flaw somewhere. I just can't pinpoint it.
And then someone calls out, "Is a hot dog an open-faced sandwich?" Yes! As the bun is in fact one continuous slice of bread.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Yeah. No, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish is not an instrument either. Is a calzone an open-faced sandwich?
No, a calzone has things inside of it.
But it's also one continuous piece of bread, according to my information. I did not realize that the Phyrexian oil had so much information on possible foods. Apparently it was to keep subjects alive until completion could be completed.
That makes sense, I suppose. Still, though, what is even the point of arguing whether pizza is a sandwich or not?
Braille just set up a booth and people got riled up because of his opinions. That pizza is a sandwich, and people do not want pizza to be an open-faced sandwich.
Is really just trolling people right now?
He might be.
Is your beer really just messing with people right now?
I'm making conversation. I'm making people think. Ergo, I am doing my job.
Joke.
Is pie a sandwich? Yes!
Well, at the very least, it's not blowing things up right now. So I am not gonna argue with it.
Does that mean cereal is a soup?
Coffee is a soup.
Question for people: what kind of outfit would you want to see Hootie or Hootsifer dressed as, or dressed in?
Also, Kerr, I need your base form for Hootie for the art. Not Hootsifer, please.
But Hootsifer?
No.
I believe I sent you something for Hootie before.
Then by that logic, a burrito is also a sandwich. Correct!
Everything cannot be a sandwich.
Yes, it can.
No, it cannot.
It is if you try hard enough.
It's a burrito, a calzone. Technically, yeah.
if you call everything the same thing, that thing that thing that you're calling everything becomes meaningless. That is why we have that is the reason why we have different words for all the different dishes. This conversation is pointless.
And who are you to decide that when it is sparking such intellectual conversation?
People are just getting angry at you, Sir Railer.
Oh. Is a cinnamon bun an open-faced sandwich? I do believe so.
How a cinnamon bun is a bun coated in cinnamon. There's nothing there's nothing inside of it. There's nothing.
There's glazing on top of it. Ergo, also buttered toast is an open-faced sandwich.
Oh, butter toast.
Yeah. You see how the word sandwich is losing its meaning at the moment.
However, should you place another piece of bread on top of it, even if it is only butter between those slices of bread, it becomes a sandwich.
Yes. We know what a sandwich is, Sir Lelu.
Some other people are freaking out. It's a taco or pizza!
It's a taco pizza.
It's a taco pizza. Oh.
If you bake it, then correct!
Taco pizza.
Man, I am getting hungry from this conversation.
I'm happy I got to eat.
Like I said,
in fact, dodged the bullet. You are correct. You are correct, Spirit Star.
you know, I said both. I said that both in character and out of character. Element is also getting hungry.
Don't you have berries that you give your Marten on hand?
Oh, actually, that's true. Element is gonna eat one of those berries, and then
just enjoy some strawberries and ignore Raylel. Just enjoy.
Yep. He's just giving a strawberry to himself, his Marten, and Calcero inside his backpack.
Calcero consumes before considering. And then deciding no, he doesn't want to engage. It's not worth it.
I was wondering whether Calcero wanted to argue with Raylo or not. It seemed like
him revealing himself to because there is public here.
Yep.
As much as he'd love to argue.
I had the feeling Calcero was the type to want to argue.
Excellent question. Someone in the crowd screams, "Is fried chicken a calzone?"
What? Fried chicken a calzone? How did you...
Crispy fried chicken. You know, breaded.
How did that person get to that question?
We are all
because
heroes.
It is one
You
continual
and Boo and
breading,
hamsters and rangers
unified
everywhere.
across
Rejoice!
and all over. Oh my!
Jaffer, thank you so much for the food. At least my hunger problem is solved.
Leading to a singular piece of breading covering a food item, therefore making it a calzone.
Wait, Cabana pool oil? Pool boy? What is that?
A pool boy you'd see at a cabana.
Basically, he's going to be...
A magnanimous dispensation.
Okay, that has been completed.
So fast!
Wait, what?
Holy smokes.
Hootie DLC acquired.
Oh god.
Hootie will be
Wait,
drawn in the
what's
Speedo.
what's the outfit?
We haven't We haven't even gotten regular Hoodie. We're already getting the DLC.
I will make
Oh
sure
my
both are
God.
done by next week. Hopefully.
I'm getting the forum. I was gonna say it's like, oh, I don't really need to worry about filling out the forum until it actually gets done. It's not that big a deal.
The
And
forum
then it's
kinda
like,
needs to be
no.
done to get it done.
Oh my God.
You have to do work.
Whoops.
So, who wants to remain and continue debating sandwiches with Raylel and an increasingly manic crowd?
Rudy seems fascinated by all this.
Element passes, but if Furry wants to stay, he's staying.
Hootie doesn't, or Hootsifer doesn't know better.
As all categories of food are beginning to blend into one another.
Why are all of them becoming so agitated at the discussion of food? Is it that much of a big deal to normal mortals?
It's because definitions are beginning to lose their meaning.
Let's just say, well, we have so many different words for things because we mortals want to differentiate things. When you call something something else, people are gonna try and correct you. And this fine individual is basically just riling people up.
It's the all squares are circles. Sorry, not all squares are rectangles. Not all rectangles are squares, but all squares are rectangles.
Where does the circle go? That's right, in the square hole.
Oh my God, Hootsifer saying that would fucking ruin him.
Where does the triangle go?
What?
That's
in the triangle hole.
In the square hole.
What? No. No.
Watch as it goes through. That's wrong.
Where does the rectangle go?
In the rectangle hole.
That's right, the square hole.
What? But
I mean,
no.
I mean, a rectangle could fit into a square hole, yes. No, wait, no, the other way around.
That video
in the half circle
concerns me.
That's right, the square hole.
It's like,
but
I can't tell
no.
if she was just acting that upset or if she was legitimately that upset over it. And it's like, if she was legitimately that upset, it makes me feel bad. But if she was acting, she's one hell of a damn good actress.
What video are you talking about?
The video that Lockett is referring to.
Ah, I had a feeling that was a reference, but I didn't know.
Have you seen it?
A TikTok.
I have a feeling you've seen it.
Yes, I've seen it.
I see.
It's a TikTok where, you know, you got all those different shaped blocks and holes in the lid of something, and you're supposed to put the blocks into the correct holes. And
I get it.
The guy was just
putting
all of
everything
them
through
into
the square hole.
Yeah.
Square hole OP.
I did not know there was a second video of it, Pixel Man, so no, I have not seen that.
A prudent choice.
The Simple DM, thank you for that follow. Anyways, let's get back on whatever the hell track we're on right now. I feel like more stopped, like the main track is like blocked by a boulder or something, so we're off on a side track, and
I mean,
they were going shopping, and then the donation goal got finished, so they encountered the donation.
Yeah, so we're off on a side track, stopped at some ramshackle little station in the middle of a swamp.
To be fair, two of the party is missing right now. We're not really advancing the main plot at the moment. We're just doing side quests, or just shopping around the town before we do side quests.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
Such a good
Dralos, are you okay?
I'm questioning my life choices.
Mortality is scary. I want out.
You know, I think maybe we should go. We should go somewhere else. Maybe we.
I don't
Maybe,
want to live on this planet anymore.
Too many choices. Too many uncertainties.
How do you mortals survive
Toshime has
this?
sent me the video.
With the square hole, of course.
Element says it's not so bad. It's just annoying. People. You get over it once you get used to it. I don't blame you for being annoyed by it though. I don't. You talk.
I'm just going to be here. I'm okay.
Say, you wanted to talk with Nim, but he wasn't there, right?
Yes.
Well, maybe after we go shopping, we could go and visit where he works at, because if I don't remember correctly, he should be having some training at the moment.
I suppose.
Yeah, and in the meantime, we can actually get some other food. You know, we just stayed at Sosipo Pizza. I wonder what you would think about food served from from the best restaurant known in Ravnica. Because there are different qualities of food.
I see. Interesting.
Not all food is equal.
Mm-hmm. Well, Markov. So where is it that you wanted to go to? You wanted to buy some armor, right?
I wanted to get a new breastplate.
Yeah, I know. I know where to go if you want to get something real good.
Okay.
Elemi is gonna lead them to the place that Nim took him to last time.
Okay. Is this the
At this
same
point,
shot?
they're starting to recognize you. Yes, this is where Graham got his equipment and Element got his equipment.
Okay, gotcha.
Elemi waves. Hey there.
All right. I'll tell him you're coming. You want a drink? As you are technically passing through a bar to get into a secret, basically secret place.
Hmm.
Oh.
All right, come on, guys.
Okie
So,
dokie.
as you passed out into the secret armory, not stopping for drinks, the familiar man greets you. Oh, you guys. All right. What crazy order do you have for me today?
The wolf is not here with us today, so you may not have one like that. Although I can't promise that.
He tries to look past you to see if that hybrid thing is going to be there. But then he looks at Hootsifer and just like, whoa.
Elemi looks at Hootsifer. What, you never seen something like this before?
What is it?
His giant cannon on one of his arms.
Is he getting something or?
Well, he was just here. He just came with us. So, but if he wants to buy something,
Is that thing he's got just fine? Is that fine?
My weapon.
That's a weapon.
Indeed.
That
Do you
looks-
wish for me to
looks like-
demonstrate?
No, that just looks like siege equipment to me.
No, it is It is quite effective against biological targets. It is what it's designed for.
Do not demonstrate it in here. That's not a good idea.
Oh, urine isn't. Alright.
Yes.
No. What is it?
Ooh,
What?
I'm one of those. Hello.
What do you mean, what isn't is it? Don't you live here?
And uh, you got
No, I'm not supposed to do that anymore.
you got
I'm not sure what to say now.
You gotta forgive my friend here. He got hit in the hair before we got here. Of course,
I was not.
Shh.
I don't
Quiet.
think you hit him in the head. I hit one
Why
of his
would you attempt to
clothes with
deceive
my-
people?
Hmm?
Why would you attempt to deceive him?
Hmm. Can we go back? Can we go back to the topic of buying something, please?
But you were attempting to deceive him. Why? I do not understand.
I will tell you later. Not right now,
Why-
please.
Why does it matter if I am an Izzet or not?
That was not the question.
But he mentioned it. Why is it important?
No, well, the Izzet are usually the people that deal with strange constructions. So when he saw that he thought you might be an Izzet, and then you said that you weren't, and then you
I'm a
said
Phyrexian.
What?
I am a Phyrexian.
Is that... What is that?
We are beings who I am currently attempting to figure out if it is true or not. If it is right. It is confusing, and I am working on it. But we...
Oh, you're having a crisis. Alright, that's fine. We get your types every now and then.
yes.
He thinks you're having a crisis.
Markov, he is having a crisis.
Oh, you poor thing. I'm sorry.
Also, could go ahead and get what you want before this conversation derails any further, please.
So, then he turns over to Markov. So I assume you're the primary shopper this time.
He nods.
Alright, so what you in the market for? We've got plenty to choose from.
I want armor.
We have lots.
Ooh. What's your most expensive armor?
Our most expensive armor, you say?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to check the stock, because that is a difficult question. Because, you see, we have a lot of armor, and it may just be out of your price range.
Well, I'll
I
have
can
you
put
know,
it for you.
my pockets are pretty deep. As he adjusts his pretend monocle or his imaginary.
I could build it for you.
No thanks.
Aren't you still
Well-
wearing your hazmat suit, by the way?
Not anymore.
No? Okay.
Nah.
Well, I do suppose we have this plate armor of etherealness.
Hey. That sounds promising.
We
Markov,
run you 90,000 gold.
Did you say 90 or 9,000?
90. 4 zeros.
Alright, I guess my pockets aren't too deep. I was showing off. Alright, what do you have in the 10,000 gold range then?
Alright, let's see.
We have a rubber ducky.
I'll take it.
Well, perhaps you can specify what weight class you're going for.
Weight class?
Yeah, medium.
Oh, yeah, heavy.
Ah, heavy. Well, that being the case, then.
Oh, can you stop that?
Do you use shield?
Do I use shield? I do have set shield.
Interesting.
I don't use
He
it often.
also has a very nice serrated hammer.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It explodes upon impact, making it ammunition hammers.
I don't remember
Well,
that one.
we do have a very nice plate armor +2.
Hey! That sounds wonderful. That sounds really up my alley.
Now, it is expensive, but we can assure you it's worthwhile.
Alright.
It might be a little outside your price range now, in which case we can offer you this lovely +2 shield as the plate armor is 35.
Oh.
But the shield is only 4,500.
Hey. I wouldn't mind having a better shield.
Are you actually gonna use that shield, Marco? Because I usually don't see you actually wielding your shield.
You're right.
There's also the Sentient Shield.
No! I veto it. I refuse.
Continue on with the Sentient Shield.
It doesn't provide any benefits that a normal shield would not provide. However, it can watch for things.
Can I see it?
Of course you can. As he'll take out a Sentient Shield. The shield, when holding the shield, you have advantage on initiative rolls and wisdom perception checks.
Huh. Okay, that actually sounds very useful.
Go on, little buddy, talk.
I warned you!
It says the same thing as the sword!
Brother, look out!
Element, it says the same thing as the sword!
Element is throwing daggers at Marco with his eyes.
It says the same thing!
If it makes you happy. But
the sword and shield have a set bonus where they echo.
He's gonna love it.
I warned you.
He did warn you.
Imagine getting a helmet I'm wearing you. No, wait. No.
You're wearing me.
There it is. That's what I was going for.
I mean, if the helmet is sentient, technically the helmet would be wearing you. So both statements are correct.
You're just the helmet's pants.
Forward, pants.
Aye, Captain.
Now,
are you actually?
Curiously enough, the price for the Sentient Shield is very low because they don't want it.
Marco, are you actually gonna buy this?
Okay, we
Depending
are
how
getting
much you're-
somebody with Discord notifications popping through their mic.
Are we?
Not me. I'm not
Oh.
that popular.
Oh wait, that is me. That is me. Sorry.
I told you.
I warned you.
It won't leave us alone.
Okay, that should fix it.
Cool.
Combine the sword and the shield. Unlock greater volume. Yo, Markov, the +2 shield
This
or the talking
is
shield?
my boomstick. Element size.
Or
Element size. This was a mistake.
there is one other option. If you would like a custom item, you can put an order in for it.
Okay. I'll probably go with just the +1 shield then. Not the talking one.
Warn you!
Element blinks. Huh?
Well, I don't think if I were to get my memories back, I don't think more serious me would like the talking shield. The talking sword is just good enough.
And
Legas.
I mean, and to be fair, he did say that that the only thing that shield does is just to talk. It doesn't give you any better protection than any other shield. You actually want better equipment, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then sounds
Well,
good.
it does give him advantage on perception. So,
Yeah. I do like my perception as it is, so.
very well. Shield acquired.
Thanks for the offer, though. How much you say the normie shield was? Or the, what was it, a +2 shield?
Yes.
How much was that?
4,500.
4,500? Thank you, thank you. Markov gives him the gold.
That's a superb shield. Is added to your inventory.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah.
Yes, that's nice. That looks much nicer. Now you were looking in the. Now you were also in the market for some heavier, maybe not so fine armor.
Hmm?
Oh! Yeah. What do you have to offer? Or a little cheaper armor. That's better than a chainmail, you'd say. Or
Better than
also
a chainmail.
what?
Well, I suppose we do have the regular +1 plate armor. Or perhaps you're in the market for resistance.
Ooh, resistance. We do like that around here.
You could have resistance to a very specific element. However, it would require attunement.
Attuning it to myself, you'd say?
Yeah. Such as there's fire resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance, psychic resistance.
Ooh, let's go with the psychic resistance. We do face that quite a bit.
All right. That one will run you the same as the shield.
All right, we'll pick that bad boy up.
We're doing business with you.
Thank you.
Element bows. Thanks again.
Not a problem.
You, I suppose.
Oh, you want to get anything?
Normally I simply design and build things.
You never bought any armor before, have you?
No, I built this, and it was also part of me.
You have never worn
Dude.
anything on you, rather than being crafted onto you, right?
No.
Would you like to try doing that by any chance?
I cannot. Well, I do not know how to wear such things. They're not already built into my flesh.
It's simple. It's simple. You just have to get it on top of you.
I
Okay,
have
he
a
doesn't-
feeling something bad will happen.
AKA, he can't wear it because he doesn't have proficiency unless it's actually grafted to him.
Ah, I see. Well, maybe some other time. Maybe we can try that some other time.
I suppose.
Well, if we're done here, we should probably head over to where Nim is. He should be finished with his training by now, or maybe we'll catch it in the middle of it.
Well,
I mean, I know that Krei knows about the training, but does anybody else actually know?
I didn't think that was a secret.
I thought went home.
It's not so much was a secret as who was actually there to hear it.
I probably wasn't there unless we just do that retroactively, because I probably just wasn't there in the session by that point. I mean, even if Elemi doesn't know about it, he will probably surmise that you're probably there, anyways. If you weren't at the hideout.
I mean, he could be at Krei's house.
Duke.
That is also true. but Elemi is hungry.
Fair enough. So, meanwhile at the Restora.
Yep. As you have arrived there, there is no sound coming from the kitchen. Everyone has their tools down and is looking at you. As Mr. Ramsey himself seems very intense.
Nim is looking over to Silver and kind of just moves in. I'm here for training, sir.
I see. Then you'll have it. But I'm going to ask, are you prepared?
Yes.
This isn't going to be gentle. I'm going to expect perfection from you.
I would expect nothing less, boss.
Very good. And he's going to put 3 potions down on the counter. You'll be needing.
Oh god. So now we've gone to Food Wars.
Perhaps. Would you like to identify one of these potions?
Yes.
Potion of Vitality. When you drink this potion, it removes any exhaustion you're suffering from and cures any disease or poison affecting you. For the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit points from any hit dice you spend. The potion's crimson liquid regularly pulses with a dull light, calling to mind a heartbeat.
Oh God.
You are not going to stop once you begin.
I would have it no other way.
Very good. The goal is to see if in the next 3 days of ceaseless, endless orders, you can pay back what the potions are. But I will be supervising you through the entire way.
Sounds great, boss.
That's the spirit. As
I want to
Nim's
be the
held,
best I can be.
as Nim's boot camp begins.
Has Nim recovered from his injuries? Are these isn't whatever's going to happen going to exacerbate them?
No
That
pain,
is
no
a
gain.
very good question.
No pain, no gain.
It's a good thing that there's an Aether Trail left around, so Eileen can tell Elena where he is. However, this also means Elena's going to be very occupied, preventing them from bleeding all over their nice, clean kitchen.
No. Maybe I shouldn't have asked, but did you Robert already accounted for that? I was just curious.
I mean, under Ramsey's tutelage, if Nim makes a mess, he has to clean it before moving on to the next step of his cooking. If he collapses, it's his own fault. Nim chose when he'd do this. So, as his drill instructor.
No.
Yes.
Ramsey chose when he's doing this.
Sorry. Nim chose to come in regardless.
Well, it was either go in or don't, or never go in and get this. So yeah, he's definitely going in.
It didn't occur to me to ask Ramsey to delay because he's injured, did it?
Not at all.
Yep. You know, once if Elamine and the party arrive at the resort and it's not closed while it is happening, he's probably going to chew Nim out for this.
You're not going to be allowed in the kitchen. Nothing is going to break Nim's focus. And
okay.
he's not going to let him stop. Nim is now in charge of every order that comes in.
Well, Nim, have fun for the next 3 days.
Therefore, and thusly, ma'am, I am going to ask you for 6 cooking.
We do have a reroll. Anybody against me rerolling that one?
I'm not.
Fine with it.
Okay. We actually have 2 rerolls.
Nice.
I don't like how
You
average most of those rolls were, but...
Considering all your modifiers, it's pretty okay. You maintained a fairly consistent quality, although in horror you almost watch your tail dip into the batter of something. Thankfully, you yank it away.
We are getting background noise from someone. And there's another reroll from Wostein.
Most excellent. Therefore, and thusly, Nim will be very occupied. Is there anyone else who would like to do something?
I'm good right now.
Markov is happy.
All right. Then, I suppose this day is coming to a close.
Yeah, it sounds like a good time to end.
Ah, no.
Oh no, the day. Sorry,
Yes.
my bad.
Okay, I think the background noise is coming from you, Raharu.
I'm sorry.
He is having a meal.
Yep, I'm eating some cake. Sorry.
Cake?
I
Did
turned
you
up noise.
bring enough to share with the class?
Yes.
Great. Including all of the viewers?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I
Truly an
expect you to ship it out to
astronomical
everybody.
cake.
I think it's a good boy.
Resdora sends out letters in advance letting everyone know that a lot of reservations are going to be taken early. So, the following day, Resdora is packed. Nim, give me 8 cooking. As
8 of
you
them?
have to take, yes, as you have to take the first potion. That's 1. 2. Oh. 3.
5, 6, 7, 8. And we have 2 rerolls. Anybody mind me rerolling the 4 and 3 there?
Go ahead.
Are you sure? Because last time you had like
Okay.
half your health, and in the 2 minutes it took me to get to my room, you were like, "So I died."
I mean, at least it was higher.
Yes.
Tales of our endeavors
Alright.
proliferate.
Woo!
Well, hello there.
Unwavering purpose.
Ooh, you were doing art. Nice, Kia.
Very nice, very nice.
What were you drawing? And welcome, everybody. I am Raw Zim. We do variety gaming here. I typically stick to the chat for during our tabletop games, but thank you so much for that raid, Kia. I hope your stream went very well.
You are in the middle of cooking training.
Yes, my character is currently in the middle of cooking training and stuff.
So Lim is basically in the kitchen, has been in the kitchen the entire rest of yesterday, and he's staying there for the rest of the day, right? Right?
Yes. He doesn't go home. He stays.
Element is going to wonder if anybody know where Nim is because he hasn't seen him.
Elena's missing too.
He's gonna ask the ensemble members if anybody has seen Nim.
Oh, supposedly he was doing something, something fairly important to him, and Elena said she had to keep an eye on him because he was still recovering from surgery, and he was doing something that would aggressively aggravate his wounds if constant treatment was not applied.
Something very important to him that would aggravate his wounds. What could that be? Element can't fathom the cooking training being as hard as Boros boot camp, so he's not putting two and two together.
Well, we'll leave him in Elena's hands, and hopefully everything turns out fine.
All right then. I hope he's all right.
Mr. Ramsey is
Here's
bearing
intense
down
screaming from the other side of the city.
What kind of screaming?
Probably agony.
Element is gonna have our earful with you once you come back.
Don't worry. We'll probably next session we'll be going over what everyone's doing during the downtime, so to say.
Yeah.
It's the next day, and another potion down. Give me 9 kingdoms.
Oof.
There's more. The line is out the door.
I wanted to separate it.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh God!
Nim's getting tired.
We do have another reroll that Wostein gave us. 3, 4, 5.
Oh no!
Man, you're doing great.
6, 7.
Nim's getting worn down.
8.
Oh no!
9. Woo!
Hey!
Okay.
That one's good.
So we've got
2 ones and a 5.
Yeah, we've got 1 reroll. We need more rerolls. Chat, you can redeem rerolls. We'll go ahead and I'll reroll the 1 that we've got already.
Alternatively, you could sabotage him with this influence as well.
Yeah, you could. Well, that's better than a 1. We got another reroll, and there's a 3rd one. So, rerolling the other 1.
The rolls are 20s.
Oh, a reroll for the DM.
Oh.
And then rerolling one of the 5s. And got another 5.
The dice say no. You will have this 5 whether you want to or not. whether you want to or not.
I will be
Right.
right back in a moment.
The heck was that?
Sorry about that, guys. I will be right back, though.
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that.
Welcome back.
Oh, Toshime, redeemed an ad time. But let me go and bring up some of Kia's art, and we'll do that ad time real quick.
Don't teach my hamster to suck eggs.
Eggs.
Ooh, modern imperial influence.
I don't know why this is coming up so small, but that is adorable art, Kia.
Oh, that is cool.
That is very cute.
What is that? A TIE interceptor? If I know
I
my
think
Star
it
Wars
is.
correctly. Yes, I know my Star Wars ships.
Snakes.
Are those snakes coming out of her neck?
Maybe her hair?
They don't look attached to her hair. That's why I was asking.
And there's another one.
This is a Kamadan.
What's a Kamadan? That is adorable.
Oh, that's amazing.
Super
Really cute. Yeah.
Super cute.
I might have a new artist I need to commission.
I was gonna say commissions open, maybe perhaps.
And never seen a Kamadan, Kia. So what are they?
And then one more.
S'more.
S'mores. Oh, I love that rainbow dice.
Oh, that's adorable.
Super cute.
Yeah, that's. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Wow.
That is absolutely amazing.
Yes.
Love the necklace. What is that? Little crystals and a heart. Aw.
Ain't that lucky?
Okay, and then the influence. Considering it's a moderate, and he wants to have a trade, I would say it would be bumped up by more than just the 5 to 8. Probably up to like a 15 in return for that. But up to you, Digi.
I'm starting to pass.
You can turn it into an acceptable dish. In exchange, a knife might slide off the table and into your leg. But thankfully, that's not too much of a problem since Elena's there.
All right.
He's already doing so much healing anyway. It's just unexpected. As you're still adjusting to wings.
Yeah. So, there's all the rolls there, then.
I'm afraid to say that a few complaints have reached the kitchen. That this wasn't as good as it was yesterday. And there seems to be some inconsistencies between the plates. And they would like their dishes redone.
He will happily redo them.
It is only 2 that he needs to remake. Ooh. The complaints cease completely.
Woohoo!
That was a nice save.
Yes, it was.
Last day.
Oh
as
no.
the 3rd potion is drank.
Oh, no,
I
really?
will ask you for 10.
I knew it.
Nim is in perfect focus.
Oh, it's starting,
Perfect focus indeed.
starting off strong, I see.
Hopefully I stay strong. Huh?
Nothing else but cooking exists in your mind.
Slowly getting tireder.
No! Don't
second
get
win.
tired. No tired. Witness. Heed witness to Nim's cooking prowess.
Great fun! Right, Boo?
Yep.
7.
That's 7. Keep going. Keep it strong. Keep it
9.
strong. Strong.
10. Ha-ha!
10.
That was an amazing 10 roll, all above 10.
Somehow I called it. And as the day draws to a close, as the last person leaves...
Percival has redeemed a reroll for the highest cooking roll to be rerolled.
Oh no, the first one.
Still strong.
Still good. Still good.
I'll move Stream Raiders away so you guys can see all those. We also have influence. Wostein gave me advantage on all that.
Well, you didn't need it.
Time to see if they are better.
You're gonna roll 10 again?
Well,
hey, you guys. I need to be heading off to bed. I'm starting to pass out of my chair.
All right.
okay, don't worry about it. We'll be wrapping up fairly soon.
I just wanted to let you know. Thank you for the game.
No
Thank
problem.
you for joining.
All right. Night, everyone. Thank you all for coming to the stream, everyone, too. Ninja Booth.
Digi, should I start another Stream Raiders battle or no?
If you want, but
Are we going to go for at least another half hour?
Element, how you feeling?
Honestly, I probably I can probably stay for a little bit longer, but I should be heading to bed soon too.
All right, then no.
Okay.
All right. Would you like to roll advantage? I will accept.
All right. So ignoring the 20
Another
because
set of
that
10.
one was reset. You know what? I'm just gonna do this.
Yes, sir.
Just roll 10 dice. So that the original one there was a higher. Okay, so we've got 30 total there. And then actually we'll just this will be easier. So 16. Then the 12 became a 19. The 10, that was lower. 18, that was lower. 16, that was lower. 12, that was... Okay, most of those were lower. The last two, though, bumped up to 19s.
Nice. That actually helped.
Yes, it did. As the last person leaves, as Resdora Sonata closes, there is a hand on top of your head.
Nim is probably pretty well drenched in sweat and panting hard.
Yep. Elena is face down somewhere. She's done. She didn't get the potions. Silver is also probably in in something along the lines of the what is it called? Yamcha death pose.
Would Saber have been allowed to be in the kitchen while Nip was cooking?
Yes.
Ah, okay.
They're a team, whether in the kitchen or on the battlefield.
Collapse on the floor somewhere in the Yamcha death pose.
I love that pose.
You did well. Gordon Ramsay sells you as Nim has gained expertise in cooking.
Oh, so I get to add double my proficiency?
Yes.
Oh.
Mr. Ramsay is one of the best cooks in Ravnica, and you have gone through his hellish training, and you have done well.
I need another +2. So it can be an even +20.
Level up.
Joke.
And I believe, as your muscles scream and your mind tries to comprehend everything, 4 consecutive days of consciousness, I believe we can wrap it up for this session.
Well then I will just explain on voice real quick. Kia, I'm very passionate about Martens. I actually run the Daily Martens Twitter bot. Or not bot, Twitter account. I run it manually. I also run a hourly Martens bot channel on Telegram. And we have over 350 Marten videos here on the channel that people can have brought up at any time. Nice, Kia. Alright. Well, I don't know if I want to be done streaming yet.
So he can't stay up for much longer.
No worries. I think I should figure out something to switch to.
Probably. This was a very fun session, though.
Yes, yes, it was.
Glad you all enjoyed yourself.
I honestly really enjoy our interactions with Hootsifer, or Drowless, as I'm calling him now.
We're calling him now. Yay!
I mean,
It's
actually.
Sea of Thieves.
Well, I know that Jaffer is not available for Sea of Thieves. Moriarty, I'm assuming, is not either because, you know, he never showed up for the game.
Probably passed out.
It's gonna go past.
Wostein is here. He might be up for joining.
Oh,
Kia,
that's right.
would you
I
maybe want to
never got-
join?
I never got to his item, so yeah, your Wostein can have his refund.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Then I got distracted with talk about Sea of Thieves. I'm kind of leaning towards, I would enjoy Sea of Thieves, or maybe some 2 Point Hospital.
I haven't heard you play RimWorld in a while.
Definitely not tonight. That is an all-day thing, roughly. Oh, you're only here for 2 hours. That's not enough for Sea of Thieves. Alright, well, we will switch over to, I think, 2 Point Hospital. Or actually, better idea. They just fully released Hard Space Shipbreaker. I think we'll do that.
Hope you have fun.
Way, sorry.
I was just gonna say to hope you have fun with your game. You can wrap it up. You can wrap it up now.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today for Guild Tales Dungeons and Dragons. I will be back in a few minutes with some more streaming. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more there on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Do consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you so much for keeping the channel alive. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Later, everybody.
Farewell.
Actually, I just realized I don't have things set up for hard space. Thank you so much for the donation, Wostein.
Thank you kindly.